Let's go.
You spoke about Alabama football, man.
Roll Tide.
Word. Hey, I ain't gonna agree with that, but I ain't gonna be against it.
What about that?
But as a fan, you know what I'm saying? Are you pleased with the season that y'all having?
Yeah, definitely. See, I'm a realistic fan, and I've been around this whole winning thing since 2009 when it first started with Nick Saban. I've been with, in Tuscaloosa, right here, knowing players and all that, working with players. So I kind of expect this, and that was just some side stuff. But just seeing this team and knowing how they gonna work and hearing how they work and different stuff is no different than any other championship team. And if you know football and watch the game and know Alabama football, all we had to do is get our O-line to do good, and we gonna look like the best team in the country, and we showed that yesterday because we beat the best team in the country by a lot.
Supposedly, they didn't show up when I feel you.
Nah, I think they showed up and gave everything they had. They did a great job.
Hey, if y'all had to see them in the championship, what you think the results are?
I still take Bama. Bama. And I think it's gonna be a tougher game, but in my eyes, I don't think Georgia has a strong enough quarterback to beat us. And I say they got, the other places, their D-line's pretty good. The running back is really good. They got some wide receivers, but I think they need a stronger quarterback who can be that centerpiece. And that's why I feel. I haven't watched a lot of Georgia football, so just from yesterday, that's all I saw. And you know what I'm saying? So
I think they D-line is slow. They huge.
Yeah.
But did Bryce Young get sacked?
I don't know. $1 billion baby Bryce.
I don't know if I seen him get sacked. I'm sure he got sacked at least twice, but
O-line played outstanding. I just saw one of my coaches from high school just commented and said the O-line did a hell of a job. So I agree.
I agree. Georgia D-line kind of, helped make them boys look,
Yeah, for sure. And they never had to be behind. They never been behind before. So when you got a team that's right there with you and you not just blowing them out, it's you playing them, now you playing adversity, you playing a lot of different situations. It ain't just smooth groove no more,
Yeah, man. Speaking of just staying on the topic of Alabama football, man, we had an unfortunate situation to take place with a player that played there before, man. Yeah. Henry Ruggs, man. Just hearing that, man. What's your outlook on that, man?
So me and my partner Sir, man, that's one of the things we talked about. And first off, I want to say, man, I think Ruggs is an outstanding football player. From what I heard, he's an outstanding person. We got some Montgomery connections through the grapevine. So he had a partner that went to St. Jude. I went to St. Jude. So I've always been cheering for him. He made a mistake, and it seems to be his first mistake, but unfortunately, it's a huge mistake. And timing and life don't really, gauge when you gonna make that mistake or how big it can be or how big the impact is, and that's what he's facing right now. He made one mistake, but is enormous mistake. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he feels the worst in the world just knowing his history of his best friend who wanted him to come to Alabama. It's like Rod. I can't think of his name. Like a kid named Rod who died from a drunk driver and everything. So that was his best friend, and he came to Alabama because of that.
Oh,
so and for him to have that same type situation is heavy. I don't know how I deal. We talked about it a couple times. That's heavy. It's heavy, and I'm praying for him. I hope him the best. I already know he learned from this situation. He seemed like that type of person. He don't seem like it's gonna take a lot of time for him to, I doubt he'll ever have this issue again. Right. He might mess up again, but I doubt it'll be this. I'm about 97% sure. I'll bet that. I'll bet that.
young man with money, man, 22 years old, fresh out of college, it's unfortunate. I think that could happen to anybody.
And we all, me and you talk, we all been there. We've had times where you're not even thinking. You go to a party, you might just be going home like, man, I'm really doing right by just going home, but you are lit. You might be on the gas some, and people like, he going 150 something. I'm like, y'all cars don't go that fast, so you don't really know how easy when your car has that capability, what it can do and how fast it can get there. You don't, so it's, it's a heavy situation. Sending
prayers up to Henry Ruggs and the families affected.
For sure.
Man.